sports fans. Grab your grill and let's hop in the RV because it's time for some football.
Yeah!
I'm
Let's
your host.
go.
I'm your host, Kat. I am joined this evening by Cobra, Alex, and Jamie. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Say hi, guys.
That better not be a Yinzer.
Who the fuck let Radford in? Why is she on the
Yeah.
good? Fuck! God damn it!
All of my baseball bats are out in the car, so you're lucky I can't chase you with one.
Why is he always interrupting? Why do we have...
Who is in charge of his keys?
Tyler. And he's suspended.
That's why. Anyway, so how was everyone's week 3?
Mine was fantastic, not gonna lie. Although a little bit of heartburn going on after eating all that dolphin safe tuna.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but we did manage to squish the fish, so there's that.
It was good for me. We took care of
Alex?
the Raiders. It was good for me. We beat the Raiders single-handedly, so
With our backups,
Sweet.
might I add.
with that backups, yeah.
I mean, it's the Raiders. So,
Raiders.
The Raiders.
oh my gosh. Well, the Ravens, the Ravens can't seem to remember what defense means. There was actually a guy talking to the media after the fact, and he was like, it's embarrassing. You know, Baltimore used to be known for their defense. Baltimore used to be this, that, and the other thing. It's embarrassing when we have Ray Lewis like sitting in the stands watching us mess up all the time. And I was like, yeah, it is. Do better. But on to the next game, on to the next, and hopefully we see improvement. And if we don't, there's always next year.
Someone needs to teach Derrick Henry on how to hold on to the football.
He was starting to have issues last year. And that was one of those things that,
Cobra, what are you doing?
He's preparing the bowl prediction.
I'm preparing bold predictions.
Oh, well then mute yourself.
It's very loud. Derrick Henry was starting to have issues last year, and I was kind of hoping that one, they would resolve, or two, we would pick somebody other than Derrick Henry to do Derrick Henry's job until Derrick Henry became Derrick Henry again. But that didn't happen.
I mean, I like Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah. But he's not yet on Derrick Henry's level. Even with the fumble, he's just not. Derrick Henry is not even on Derrick Henry's level right now. So
this is true.
We kind of technically have already begun week 4 because we had the Seahawks and Cardinals game in Arizona, and the Seahawks won 23-20. So that makes the Seahawks 3-1 and the Cardinals 2-2. Is anybody surprised by how either of those teams are doing?
No. I mean, I knew that the Seattle Arizona matchup was going to be a hard fought matchup anyway. I mean, but what the big surprise I have is a certain second generation wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. Obviously, his hands are for decoration, and his receiver ability definitely has not translated to the NFL level.
Yeah.
But he also caught a touchdown.
Okay. I think there's something to be said for how MLB and hockey do their leagues. because you kind of have steps that you're ramping up to your professional level. Um, the NFL uses college football as their minor league, and the the learning curve, the pace of the game, the atmosphere, the fan interactions. I mean, just it's almost an entirely new game when you go from college to I almost said the big league. You guys all know what I mean. To professional ball. And I almost think that the NFL needs a almost a minor league. Um because you know, guys get hurt when they come up, and you know, the pace is not what they were ready for. And obviously there are those out there that will be like, it's up to each team to bring their guys up to speed. You can't get up to speed until you've been in the game. And I think that's any professional level, from soccer to hockey to football to, I don't know, polo and rugby. Until you're at that level, you're not at that level, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that they need to reevaluate how how they're structuring the league.
Are we directing this towards one team or just in general?
I think in general.
I think that's what they're
Um
doing the XFL for, and like the AAF and stuff.
Yeah,
Actually, well,
yeah,
that's called up to the NFL teams like the last season, but it's not really used like that anymore because it's just guys that failed in the NFL, failed in college, getting a chance now. The NFL
right.
teams are, oh, he's really good. Bring him over here.
Right. And so I think the intent was there, but the execution was lacking.
But that also kind of falls on the person, because we can come up with like examples for both sides of the argument. Like if we're looking at Marvin Harrison Jr., um, it's taken him a little while to get to the NFL level. But then we look at over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Emeka Ibuka, and I specifically use those two because they come from the same team, from college. They came from Ohio State. But Emeka Ibuka is laying the world on fire. He is,
Yeah.
like, he's at that level. So it depends on on the player to do the work and get them ready. It depends on the team and the situations that they fall in as well. So um like even when you look at
See,
baseball,
and
like if you get drafted to the A's, your career is not going to start until you get out of that organization.
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. But it's funny to me that, these are two guys coming out of Ohio State. There are people that would argue that Ohio State could go be a professional football league, uh team, sorry. Um because they're run like a professional football team. And so the fact that one of their players doesn't seem to be adjusting as well, you know, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a better on ramp for some of these guys.
Which, and like I said, I know you hate the argument, but that falls on the team to put them in the best possible spot. And when you have
And that
organizations
that
that just
also
don't
makes
know what they're
sense.
doing,
That also makes sense. Okay? Don't get me wrong. That also makes sense. But um I'd be interested in seeing stats for first year guys. Um and I know in Major League Baseball they can send them down and call them back up a certain number of times, and that kind of helps them get up to speed. um you can't do that in football. You can't be like, We're going to call this guy in from Ohio State. Oh, it didn't work out. Oh, go play in the national championship game and then come back. Like it doesn't work that way.
To be fair, that's technically illegal. To be fair, that's technically illegal in the pro game.
But that's my point. That's my point. In Major League Baseball, now they have a limit to how many times you can send a guy down and call him back up. But there's not really anything like that in the NFL. And a lot of these guys who get drafted have also gotten cut this year. And I'm wondering, is it a preparedness issue? Is it a team issue? Or is it a fundamental setup issue?
Or it could be all three.
And it unfortunately starts.
Could be parts of all three.
It all starts up here, Jamie. It all starts up here. You gotta be able to put the ones and zeros together, the X's and O's. You got to take all of that, and you got to put it up here. And in the process of putting it all up here, you have to get out of that mindset, if that makes sense. You got to get out of your own head. You know, sometimes you can overthink. And then when you overthink, you're too careful. And when you're too careful, you mess up. It is not
right.
It is not the most aggressive driver that gets into the most accidents. It is the most careful driver. That's the best analogy I can get.
Well, sometimes. Yeah. See, and all of this makes sense. Literally, all of the sides make sense. Hearing, the player has to catch up to the learning curve. Yes, that makes sense. But it also makes sense to say we need a better way of having these guys go from college to professional.
I mean, they kind of have something like that. It's called the practice squad. So they're technically not on the team, but they're with the team. They still practice every single day with the team. And for the ones that are struggling,
but that's
like
still
they can get called up from the practice squad to fill a void in case of injury and things like that.
Yeah. I know we've all heard practice how you're going to play, but game time is always different. You've got the crowd, you've got, just the atmosphere is different. How many of these practice squads actually get to practice in the stadium, or are they out in the training facility? Because even the ground that they are on is different. For the millions of dollars that they put into the turf, the ground is different. Every aspect is different.
That also depends on the facility as well. I mean, some practice facilities are actually built like the actual home stadium as far as like on ground.
Right.
All right.
But you don't have the stands, I'm just saying game environment is just vastly different from a practice squad.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
But what your earlier question was in regards to, was there anything surprising about the Cardinals and the Seahawks? I would say the Seahawks are surprising me a little bit. Three parts. One, Jackson Smith and Jigba is having a breakout year. He is becoming that guy. He is leading the targets on a team that also has Cooper Kupp.
Can I add to that?
Sure.
Jackson Smith Jigba is the second highest receiver in receiving yards this year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Jamie was on the recap show. He knows. Jackson Smith-Jigba has 323 total yards of receiving.
That's insane.
Yes.
He's had 4 games.
Not even.
At that time, he had 3. So he probably has more than that now.
That's insane.
hmm
How long has he been playing now?
Couple years.
This is year 3.
Yeah, couple years.
Year 3. Okay. See, it took him 3 years to find his stride.
But like I said, everybody's different. But the second part
Right.
has to do with that Seattle defense. That defense has really stepped it up, and they are making it very difficult on quarterbacks, very difficult on the offensive coordinators to game plan on how to attack that defense because they now have schemes thanks to what's his name? What's the name of their head coach?
I can't
McDonald.
remember. Yeah, I'm gonna add to that too. It's not exactly the Legion of Boom, but it's just as scary, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and then the final part, which is the most critical part, Sam Darnold is not a 1-year wonder now. He is researched, and he actually something that I think is really cool. He was on an interview, and they were asking like, what has sparked this resurgence of Sam Darnold? Who was the person that impacted you the most? And typically, when they ask that question, they give a legendary figure or a head coach or something like that. But he said it was Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant in the draft, figured out what the cheat code was to unlock Sam Darnold's ability to play quarterback.
To use a car analogy, he basically allowed Sam Darnold to actually get into second gear.
Yeah.
He if Sam Darnold was Jay and Silent Bob in Dogma. Okay, if that makes sense. Hey, what gear are you in? Gear?
Oh man. Oh my gosh.
And Sam Darnold finally figured out that hey, you can actually change gear and actually do better. So
yeah.
But
all right.
But needless to say, I'm very impressed with the Seahawks, and I can't wait for their rivalry jersey because their jerseys look really cool. Arizona's, like Cobra said earlier, looks like tortilla chips.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Listen to me.
Maybe we should make
They're
a
trying to take
poll.
my tortillas.
We should make a poll.
Get down!
Do you think
Into the
the
chopper!
jerseys look like tortillas? All right. So, one thing that I in looking around at what I wanted to talk about this week, has anybody heard of this? Don't give me weird looks. Has anybody heard of the Jags legally stealing signs?
I thought they stole the meth.
Legally stealing signs.
Apparently, it's legal sign stealing, which I found kind of interesting because it was I didn't write that part down. Who said it?
Can we?
But what?
I was about to say, if you don't have the source, then do we call it an invalid source?
No, it's from NFL.com.
Okay, I have a couple of headlines. I just Googled it.
Hang on.
Okay, so it's not an invalid
and
source.
Of course, now my phone. You shut your face.
Apparently, came from Robert Saleh, the Niners DC, accusing the Jags coaching staff of a great job of highlighting the ability of them and his staff for legally stealing signs.
So famous Xerxes cosplayer Robert Salah uh, actually found this out. Interesting.
Good job, Bobby Salad.
Yeah, this is from NFL.com from Kevin Patra. He just posted it as of yesterday. It's
Yeah.
a fresh article, so it's very.
So, would the term legal sign stealing be
Yeah,
labeled as
see, that's
just
hard to
borrowed
say.
signs?
That is a really good question. Um, Whenever people talk about sign stealing in Major League Baseball, I'm like, but isn't that part of playing the game, trying to get like an upper hand? But um, uh, what they're saying is they have an advanced signal stealing type system where they always find a way to put themselves into an advantageous situation. They do a great job with it. Um, we have to be great with our signals, and we've got to be great with our communication to combat some of the tells that we might give on the field.
Hmm.
So, you know what I wonder? I wonder if they have a body language expert
Or
who's
a for,
watching what the other team is doing.
or a former Jacksonville Jaguar that's on the 49ers team
It
that actually knows what to look for.
it sounds like from the accusations, Saul is saying that it's inside the Sean McVay coaching tree, which includes Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings head coach, that
Hmm.
some of the Jags staff members might have learned from the offensive coordinator over there that is now a Jags staff member, um, that he might have been able to read sign language or read body language or whatever it is that's giving the Jags an advantage. So it sounds like it's a Sean McVay coaching tree accusation rabbit hole.
Okay.
But it also doesn't sound like anybody's like mad about it, and that's why they said legally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's kind of also up to each team to come up with ways to communicate with each other without making it obvious.
Why
Because
do you think that when you see like the cameras on the head coaches, they have their little clipboard and they're like talking like this, and that way
that's
you
over
can't see
there.
their lips, and and you
Right.
can't lip read lips and lip sync your way into everything.
Right.
Rah, 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 rah,
Right.
rah, rah, rah. Sound like the
The
teacher from
glove
Peanuts.
over the
Blah
face.
blah blah blah.
Right. Meanwhile, they're like, "Hey, how's the family?
Aaron
What did you do
Rodgers
over
to the
the weekend?"
Vikings.
Oh my gosh. Cobra, drop it.
No.
Um okay, so that was one of the most interesting things that I saw all week. Cuz I have never, I've never seen the words legally stealing signs in a
Yeah,
sentence.
Because when
yeah,
you said that,
that's
I was
very
like,
interesting.
is the Michigan situation again where illegal sign stealing is a thing? But you said legally, I was like, this is not no Michigan nonsense now. He
Hmm.
legally stole
Yeah.
signs.
Yeah.
That's why I had to bring it up, because that was just something that really caught my attention. I know it's early. We're only on week 4. Um what injuries have you guys noticed that you're like super sad about?
Can I start?
If
Go
any.
ahead.
A lot of ankle injuries, a whole lot of them. Achilles, ankle sprains, everything. Austin Eckler, Najee Harris, James Conner, Jaden Daniels. Well, he got a knee injury, but I've seen so many ankle injuries and Achilles injuries. I don't know if that's the turf, the field, the tackling, or just unfortunate precedents, but it's been a heightened injury this year of ankle injuries that are season ending or putting out weeks. I'm very surprised CMC hasn't blown his Achilles out or ruptured his hamstring yet, knowing what he's been doing on the field recently. It's just
Speaking.
Mhm.
it's just
Go ahead,
weird.
Alex. Finish up. I'll
It's
be next.
too many ankle injuries, and I don't know what it is, but it's so many.
Speaking of turf, I think the biggest injury that has saddened everyone here so far has been the grade 3 turf toe on Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Hands down, flat out, doesn't matter. It's the potential end of a promising career. I mean, it's a bad turf toe injury. I mean, his season's over. He could come back, but who knows how his mechanics will
Maybe.
work? Because Dan Orlovsky said, "Hey, he still deals with with toe issues to this day because he had a similar injury."
There's a
Yeah,
reason that hospitals are taking a different approach to, like, oh, I stubbed my toe. Like, you can tear tendons that are so powerful. That's what breaks your foot
that's why you need to be
when you
careful
stub
on
your
stepping
toe.
on Legos.
Exactly. But
Fuck, that
Can,
hurts.
can I add to this?
Go ahead, Jimmy.
yeah, please.
It's I had this conversation with a coworker of mine. The NFL needs to get rid of turf. From a
Yeah.
field standpoint, they need to get rid of turf
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
because
I can't nod my head anymore. Yes.
like not only like just because we see an increase of injuries that happen on turf fields as opposed to like standard like grass fields, but
Right.
at the same time, like when you're getting tackled, there is no give on a turf field,
Not
none
just
whatsoever.
not just the tackling. When you plant your feet, when you plant your when you plant your feet, when you drive your feet, drive your knees. There's no give. There's no distribution. It just grips. Best way to describe it. It just grips,
Yeah.
and your body feels that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So hopefully the
I
NFL will realize that that's an issue and and cause teams to start making changes to get like actual like
There's
grass.
there's also a meme going out there about this.
about
And you want
turf?
to know about the Achilles injuries, about these
Oh,
yeah. Have you noticed that every single player that has had an Achilles injury has been wearing the Nike Air Jordan 1 cleats?
stop. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, look, the Air Jordan 1 is a classic style, but there's a reason why Michael Jordan stopped wearing them.
Yes.
You know, when you said that there was a meme about the Achilles injuries, I thought you were going to say that
Yeah.
they were taking Tylenol to get the pain to go away.
Look,
Oh my
look,
god.
I will openly send you the the Oregon Trail meme of listening to RFK Jr. You have died listening to
So
I'll
RFK.
pass on that.
when we talk about things like, and we've talked about this on Dirt and Turf,
Mm-hmm.
changing the field is a terrible idea. I don't I don't know if any MLB stadiums have switched from grass, have they?
There are a couple that still have turf, mainly the Rogers Center. But
Okay.
it's not really turf, if that makes sense. Like we used to
Yes, it
have
does actually.
with the multi-purpose venues, we actually had a couple of them that were ping pong tables. The Veterans Stadium, the Metrodome, the
Yeah.
Kingdome. There were
Yeah.
literal AstroTurf baseball diamonds.
I do think there's a
Yeah.
reason teams don't go to turf or to real grass. I think it's an expense thing. That has to come out of the team or the fans have to go for it
Yeah.
because I'm a Commanders fan, and FedEx Field Stadium is so many bad injuries happen in that stadium. I don't know what is up with that stadium, but
It sucks.
Well, here's the bottom line is teams are going to have to figure out, is this enough injuries to warrant changing back, or are we going to have to, like, maybe they work on the footwear, maybe they change the footwear rather than changing the turf. That is also an entirely plausible solution. Now, do
They're gonna
I
have to do something.
think that it would actually, yeah, that they really are. Um so uh I think the big question with the turf versus grass is, do they, because obviously it's a huge expense, but
Also, hiring groundskeepers
do
is apparently a thing that the
they,
NFL don't want to do.
right. And honestly, I think the grass and a groundskeeper is way better than the turf, because you have to factor in the injuries that come with this. You have to
Mhm.
factor in, um, the time out for an injury. Is a guy having a career-ending injury because of the turf? Is that worth it to have pretty green or blue or red grass when you can have
Cat, cat. Uh-oh. And she has network issues. Uh-oh. Um, check, check. Cat, you hear us?
She's having issues, but the the NFL, they got some money, but they're making billions off of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think uh, there's somebody we know who is itching to say something about the NFL and billions.
Yeah.
yeah, I just
Was
Googled it, and to maintain it, it will cost between $8,000 and $14,000 to maintain artificial or real grass,
mhm.
and that was almost $800 annually to maintain it, because you have to pay per square foot of converting turf to real grass. So it's
Yeah.
$5 to $20 per square foot to pay for it, and for teams, that's almost billions of dollars for
Yeah.
maintaining that a year. Who's going to pay for that? Not the owners, not
Yeah.
the
They don't. Yeah. They don't
management.
want to. They don't want to.
The fans are going to pay for that, and fans of shitty teams are not going to pay for that, like the Panthers,
Yeah.
the Saints, the
And
Bears,
and the other
Cowboys. No.
thing too. And the other thing too is that, considering that owners want new stadiums, if that makes sense, what do? They con the taxpayer to foot half or even more of the bill.
I can speak on that for my team. The
Oh yeah,
city of Virginia is paying for
Buffalo,
part of our stadium.
Buffalo. Guess what? Welcome back, Cat. Uh
Cobra, check Facebook.
Yep, you had a network issue.
so yeah.
Uh,
So, are we done talking about turf? Was I gone
yes, yes.
that long? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Um, the other thing that I have for us this evening are our bold predictions.
Yes. Now, if all of us have done bold predictions here, but if you are a new viewer, let me remind you what bold predictions are. Our bold predictions are pretty much, we take the odds of how each team is going to do throughout this week, and we make a bold prediction. All of us have at least one objection that we can use, so we can steal a point away, or potential steal a point away. It is for a jersey giveaway within our handed down sports media group. So that's why we do it. But also, if you do listen to us and actually want to use our advice, I recommend that you don't, and that you please gamble responsibly. Thank you. Not only will we be doing our bold prediction, but after our bold predictions are made, we will take all our teams that we have predicted on, and we must pick our top scoring team on our week. So, all right, I have spun the wheel, our lucky wheel. Kat, you are last because you're the host. Because you're the host, you have to be last. So the order
I'm okay with this.
The order is myself, Alex, Jamie. Ryan was supposed to be in here, but he fucked off. All right, so here we go. Spinning of the wheel.
It happens.
Kat is the hostess with the mostest.
Ta-da!
All right. And I have the Jacksonville Jaguars against the San Francisco 49ers. And you know what? I'm not going to make the pick. Someone else is.
Oh, no.
Get in here, my friend.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You know who it is. It's Izzy.
Oh, boy.
And obviously, I'm picking the San Francisco 49ers. Hi, Kat. Yeah, the 49ers. Yeah. I'm picking them to win because even though they're favored by 3.5, I am picking them, and they're going to cover the spread. Just like Christian McCaffrey covers himself in baby oil every night. Ooh. Oh, what the? No.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
Advertisement on the wheel.
Izzy.
No. There's an advertisement on our wheel app. And of course, Nick Bosa with his MAGA butt plug. Yeah. Make America gay again. Take that, you GOP fucks. Take it away, Cobra. Thanks, Izzy. Yep, San Francisco.
Maybe Izzy could not get us canceled.
I'm picking San Francisco covering the spread. All right. Close. All right. Back to it.
Anytime now.
Yep. All right. Alex.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are favored by 3.5.
Oh, that's a tough one because for some odd reason, Daniel Jones has apparently figured out how to play quarterback at a different team with a defense that can actually hold their own instead of sell. The Rams, Matthew Stafford is still doing his stuff. I think even without Cooper Kupp, the Rams are still playing well. Cooking Nakua is doing well. Jared Verse is dominant on the D-line. I think this is going to be probably game of the week. I hate that it's a 4 or 5 game because it's a stupid West Coast game. But I'm going to go with the upset. I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts to march into LA and walk out with the win. And they're going to cover the 3.5 spread. I don't trust Stafford in his defense against Daniel Jones. I think the Colts have been dominant this year. Daniel Jones, this is his biggest competition so far in the schedule. And if they don't win this game, I don't think the Colts are going to crash and burn. I think Daniel Jones is looking like a good quarterback, and he's going to outperform Matt Stafford in this game.
All right. Jamie. You have Washington versus Atlanta. Washington is favored by 1.5 points.
Oh,
give me the dub for Washington.
All right.
Yeah, that's right, Jamie. Mariota, we trust.
Yep. All right, Kat,
Yes.
you have the Bears versus the Las Vegas
Oh
Raiders.
boy.
The Raiders are favored by 1.5.
Oh,
And
is that because they're at home?
Yeah, and because Tom Brady is minority owner, which you can't use anymore. Because that's racist.
Oh, jeez. I, I'm actually going to say I think the Bears are going to take this one.
Objections, any? No?
I'm honestly surprised that the Raiders are actually favored. I'm very surprised that they're favored in any sense of the form.
Gotta favorite them at home. Come on, it's Vegas. You gotta milk the money out of somebody.
Okay. Okay, and I have Cleveland. Who is Cleveland?
Oh,
I'm
you
trying to find.
sound thrilled.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, who is Cleveland facing? Trying to remember.
Detroit.
Oh yeah,
Detroit
right.
Lions.
Yeah, that's why, because I wrote it lowercase. It's my fault. Yeah, and Detroit is favored by 9.5. I am taking Detroit and the action. I'm saying they're going to decimate the Brown Stains.
That Browns defense is really good,
No
though.
complaints from me.
All right. All right, here we go. Next round. Alex.
What game do I got this time?
Wait a minute. Why is that one in there? My fault. Got to re-roll it. Rolled Monday night. All right. The Battle of Micah Parsons. The Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Green Bay is favored by 6.5.
The fact that this game is going to be on Sunday Night Football blows my mind. The fact that the NFC East is plastered on primetime is nonsense. I'm taking Green Bay to cover the spread 6.5. Michael Parsons is going to rip Dak Prescott's head off his shoulders. And Dallas is going to fold in this game extremely hard. So give me Green Bay to cover the spread and probably win by more.
All right. Any objections?
I'm still trying to
Okay.
find. Oh, there it is.
All right,
Yeah,
Jamie.
no, I'm not objecting.
The Carolina Panthers facing off against the New England Patriots, and the Patriots are favored by 5.5. Take it away.
Yep, give me the Patriots.
I object. I'm taking Carolina on this one. The Patriots haven't been able to get their footing. Carolina is coming off a pretty substantial win against the 28-3s. So, yeah, I think they carried that momentum into a win and upset the Patriots.
That's fair.
In the past, 3 seasons, do you know what the record is for teams that have gone a blowout and then went to the next game with a win or loss? Would you like to hear the stat on how many of them lose?
No. Cat got the Chargers versus the Giants. Chargers favored by 6.5.
Yes and yes.
Any objections? No objections?
Poor Giants fans, man.
Yeah, poor Tyler.
Nah, he got dirt. He can be trusted.
All right.
Hopefully.
And I have the Philadelphia Eagles facing off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Eagles are favored by 3.5. You know what? I'm taking Tampa. I'm going with an upset. I am taking Tampa over Philadelphia.
Wait. Aren't they at Philadelphia?
No, they're at Tampa.
Oh. I'm gonna object to that, and I'm gonna say Philadelphia wins it.
All right, perfect.
And Bay doesn't have his major target, which hurts me in fantasy, but Stupid Mike Evans hamstring.
All right, 3 more games left, guys. Oh, Alex.
Oh no, I don't like this.
You have the New Orleans Saints facing off against the Buffalo Bills.
Oh,
And
Lord
let me
have
give
mercy.
you this warning. This is a trap game. The Bills are favored by 15.5 points.
Holy
Okay.
crap!
Hear me out. I know you're in your Buffalo Bills jersey. I can see it on your camera. I know you're in one. But hear me out here. I'm picking the Bills to win, but I think the Saints are going to give you guys trouble and keep it much closer than we think they are. I get the Saints are a bad-looking team, but the Browns did it to the Packers last week. I do not trust Buffalo in this game to stop on the Saints. I don't
No
trust.
Matt no, and also, let me add to this. No Matt Milano. No Ed Oliver. AJ Epinesa is potentially out. We're missing a corner. We are getting banged up
Oh,
on defense. So, on that note, Alex, you may be right that the Saints will probably give us a little bit of fit. I don't think Timo Mahomes will do well, but I will say this. Alvin Shinsuke Nakamura will definitely give us a little bit of a fit. So, I agree with you. So, I'm not
Honestly,
Buffalo walks away with the win.
If I'm the Saints, I'm putting Tyler Shuck in over Spencer Rattler. I want to see some Shuck action against the Bills. No more Spencer Rattler. I want to see the rookie. I want to see Tyler Shuck get in there.
All right. Jamie.
Yes, sir.
You have the future home of the Aaron Rodgers, the Minnesota Vikings,
Lord.
facing off against. Oh God, no, not him, not him. That's right, motherfuckers. They're facing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why the fuck are the fucking Vikings favored over 2.5 points over the God-loving Pittsburgh Steelers? Jamie, don't fuck it up.
Oh man. As someone who's
Come on,
watched
Jamie.
Carson Wentz play football, and as someone who's watched Aaron Rodgers play football,
He's going to the Vikings.
I am actually going to take the Vikings to cover the spread. Sorry, Yinzer.
I object. I'm objecting.
Alex, you're my friend forever. I will give you a fuck ton of Iron City.
I have good reason to object to. Good reason to. I'm going to explain myself. I think the Vikings game last week against the Bengals.
His reason wasn't good enough.
No,
Haha.
my
Nope.
microphone died.
Nope.
Can you guys still hear me?
We got you. We got you back.
Yeah.
So I have good reason, okay? I think the Bengals game last week against the Vikings was a fluke. I do not think Carson Wentz is that good. I trust Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf to get the job done over in Dublin, Ireland. So I'm taking the Steelers to cover that 2.5 and walk out of Dublin with a interesting victory over Carson Wentz. I don't think he's that good.
All right. And by process of elimination, I did not do this. Cat, you got Ravens and Chiefs.
Yes.
I did not. I
Yes.
did not plan this. By the way,
Rigged, rigged.
Oh, yes.
I did not plan this at all.
Okay, so here's my dilemma.
The
We're
Ravens are
at
favored by two and
Kansas
a half.
City.
By the way,
Yeah. We are at Kansas City. Um we are first in points per game.
mm-hmm.
Despite our record. Uh our yards per game are greater than Kansas City's yards per game. Uh our defensive sacks, our defensive interceptions, turnover, blah 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 blah, all that. I I'm looking at the numbers. I'm not going with my team. I'm going with the numbers. I'm saying Ravens and they cover the spread.
All right.
I
All right.
object.
Got. Oh, Jamie's objecting.
I am.
Because Jamie has to object. That's fine.
Two two reasons. My not so serious
Referees.
reason is
Referees.
no. The NFL will not allow the Kansas City Swifties to go 1-3. They will
I
not
don't
let it
know.
because
I don't
they have
know.
an agreement
They
with
have
Queen Taylor,
And the
and
referees.
they
she
have
needs to see her
tanked.
man's win. But my real
They
reason
have
as to why I'm objecting,
tanked.
my real reason for objecting is they were depleted at wide receiver before the season even started. They are gaining Xavier Worthy back, and their whole identity so far has been deep balls. Baltimore doesn't know how to defense. They're going to get burned by Xavier Worthy, and he is going to have a big game against Baltimore.
Interesting. All right, guys. The lucky wheel has been put away because we have Monday Night Football. Classic rules apply, and Monday Night Football is a double header. That means we have two games tonight. So, New York Jets at Miami, and Miami is favored by 2.5. Starting original order. I am going with Miami. Alex.
Oh, jeez. The battle of terrible quarterback play and awful defenses. Um, Give me the Jets.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Jamie.
I'll go with I'll go with the sushi.
All right. Cat.
Um gosh. Simply because they are in Miami.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
All right.
That's my only reason.
Okay. Now we have the Cincinnati Bengals facing off against the Denver Broncos, and the Broncos are favored by 7.5 points. I am definitely taking that action. Denver 7.5 easy. Alex.
I'm taking Denver, but I do think Cincinnati might keep it close. I don't think Denver's going to. I don't think Denver is going to be able to cover the 7.5 spread. I think the Bengals are going to be able to bounce back in this game.
Okay. Jamie.
I'm going Cincy to win.
Oh.
There's your bold.
Yep. Cat.
Very, very bold. Um that being said, Uh, uh, ugh. Oh, I almost said it. Uh, I I think I'm gonna go with Denver.
All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to read off your teams, and you're going to pick who's going to be your top scoring team. Remember, this gives you an extra 5 entries into our jersey competition. So, I am going to go with, I am picking Detroit as my top team. Alex, you have the Rams, Packers, Bills, Jets, and Broncos. Who are you picking as your top scoring team this week?
Even though it's a trap game, I still think Buffalo can get it done on offense.
All
Josh
right.
Allen is the man.
Jamie, you have Washington, New England, Minnesota, Miami, and Cincinnati. Who is your top scoring? Who is going to be the top scoring team of the week?
That's a rough set of teams for top scoring. Um, I'm actually going to go.
Who's gonna suck
Uh,
the least?
I'm gonna go Miami.
Hmm. Going with Miami. Cat, you have Chicago, the Chargers, the Ravens, the Dolphins, and the Broncos. Who is your top scoring team?
Oh my lord! I don't think it's even close. I'm gonna say it's the Ravens.
All right. Okay. Well, that was definitely it for our show. Which of course was brought to you.
I think we need to. Yes, I was gonna say.
Was definitely brought to you by our fine friends at Fanatics. How ironic we were talking about the Rivalries jersey today. The Rivalries collection is still out there. Why don't you grab yourself a jersey and get ready for those rivalry matchups? Whether it be as bad as the Rams jersey looks, or as awesome as the San Francisco 49ers Rivalries jersey, you can definitely grab yourself a jersey. But not only a jersey, but a hat, a scarf. You can grab yourself a trash can if you're a Titans fan. Probably for something to puke in because of how bad your season is. But when you do so, please make sure to use our affiliate link that's down in the bio, wherever you get your podcasts, and show the channel some love. That's right, Fanatics. Don't forget about our other podcasts, too.
Absolutely.
The Lap Down, our NASCAR podcast. Dirt and Turf, our baseball podcast. Passing the Pigskin, our college football podcast. We have the Handed Down Beatdown tomorrow night. If I'm correct, we're doing it tomorrow night. We all and of course
I think you are correct.
And we also have next week returning to the ice, Biscuits and Penalties. Definitely get excited for that. I know Alex is right now. And of course, don't forget about our other places where you can listen to us: Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. We definitely have to update Spotify later, but we are going to stick with our guns. If you're watching us on YouTube or on Twitch, first off, thank you for listening. And Kat, you're the host. Close us out.
Well, thanks, guys. As always, this was a blast. And hope to see you guys at the tailgate and then out on the field.
All right. That sounds great. See y'all later, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.